to Completely Damaged. I am RC, alongside WWWA stars JT Cage and the original Hat Guy. Guys, thanks for your time today.
You should feel privileged to be interviewing us right now. This is the first time we're speaking up or saying anything in a couple of months, actually, close to a couple of months. And last time we've seen each other in person, things didn't go too well.
Well, everything aside, the show must go on still. And, being an interviewer, I got to have my show go on. And I want you guys to have a voice. Right now nothing's going on in professional wrestling. So I just appreciate you guys' time and putting our differences aside for this interview, guys. So appreciate your time, guys.
Well, we're going to do this interview, but I'm letting you know if some of these questions don't go the right way or you start asking too many of these questions, I'm going to break all stay-at-home orders and I'll come find you, just so you know that.
Hey, man, the feeling's mutual. I haven't forgotten getting choked out and laying dead in that middle of the ring, being embarrassed, so.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get started, guys. First off, thanks for joining me. How have you guys been affected with everything going on, and how are you guys coping with everything?
I'm doing pretty well. Sucks a little bit, but once we get back into the swing of things, once we start getting back into that ring, JT is going to do what he does best, and we're just going to go from there.
Well, how about you, JT?
Life right now kind of sucks. Not being able to wrestle in WWA, and with the whole stay-at-home orders and everything like that. We're in Chester County, we're still in red, so there's not much to do around here. You know what I mean? I just try pretty much to stay in shape the best way I can and just deal with the things I'm dealing with and go from there. But I can't wait to be back at WWA. Even though majority of those fans make me sick and violently ill to my stomach. But either way, I still can't wait to be back.
Medically, for both of you, JT, I know you mentioned like a couple months ago, not even a couple months ago, lupus. How are you holding up, first of all, and what kind of changes have you made?
Well, yeah, that's interesting. During this whole, stay-at-home order and the COVID-19 stuff, I came to find out that I do have lupus, systemic lupus. I've had it for a long while, didn't know. So, getting your head wrapped around that and just trying to also, dealing with, can't go anywhere, can't do anything, stay at home. The news is full with what's the truth, what's not, and then dealing with lupus at the same time. But I've been doing what I need to do. I'm on medication for it. The rheumatologist says I should be able to have a normal life. It's a disease that doesn't have a cure for it, but it's very treatable. They caught it, for what they say, young, 39 years old. And, we'll go from there, basically take the medication, some lifestyle changes, like with dieting, definitely getting more exercise and things like that, try to get as much rest as possible. There's other things that you just gotta, deal with, like sensitivity to sunlight, things like that. But once the medication is fully through my system and stuff, I should feel better than I have in a long time. Should come back to WWA fully charged and better than ever, to be honest. So.
Gotcha. I see the poster behind you. Do you use that as motivation to want to get back into the ring, to remember who you are?
Oh yeah, that's the New Year's show poster. The first show of 2020 actually. That him and I are both on. Yeah, it is motivating. I got different things around the apartment that kind of keep me motivated, and just to stay motivated, try to stay positive as much as I can, and just can't wait, man. I seriously just sitting here driving me nuts, and I'm just brooding to just get back and, no pun intended, do some damage.
Well, you Hat Guy, original Hat Guy,
right the second time.
Around that date.
First time, next time, RC.
That's right.
A little bit of choking out next time.
I still feel that from 6 years ago, so I'll watch myself. But, around that date, you had a health scare as well, my friend. How are you feeling?
Well, last August, I did have congestive heart failure. Since then, I've been taking pills that maintain my blood pressure. I'm doing pretty well, actually. I'm doing everything I did before. Lost a couple pounds, not much, but I'm doing well. I'm doing a lot better than I was this past August.
Okay.
Hey, hot guy, JT, the 11th is coming, and the strap is ready for your ass.
None of these people want to see me in a strap match versus you. You know what? I'm sick of this. You won't make me sick. You want me in a strap match, Wolfman?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll do it. On one condition.
What's that?
You have to put your WWA career on the line.
You know what? Come on! I had a long career, and I'll guarantee you one thing. You won't be the one that would put me out. So I'll take that challenge. And if I do beat you, which I know I will, I give 5 minutes with the hat guy.
Now, to refresh our memory with everything that was going on before the shutdown, what was happening in the WWA with you guys and Dino Santa?
I knew you were going to bring that up. You want to take it or you want me to?
Yeah, I'll take it. We had a little issue on the last show. I think it was in January, JT.
No, the last show was March.
March, I'm sorry.
March.
Man, my mind's failing me a little bit. But anyway, at Quakertown in March, we had a little, you could say, run-in with the Wolfman, and we had we then got ourselves into a match, a strap match, and the only way that that it was agreed to, Wolfman agreed to put his career on the line if he could have 5 minutes alone with me. Had he, if he won the match. Well, there was no way I was going to accept anything like that. But JT, in all his wisdom,
Here we go.
JT in all his wisdom agreed to it and said, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. We'll take it. I agree. We'll do this. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I can get killed in there 5 minutes with the Wolfman. I mean, oh my God, that would be the end of my managing career for sure.
Here we go.
But hear me out. I thought about it after it was all said and done, and our last time him and I were on social media, it wasn't very pretty. It was his birthday, and he walked out after a couple things I said, and he was very angry, like wanting to kill somebody that night. And I said, you know what? That's the way that I want to see JT Cage. That's the kind of frame of mind I want him in. And ever since that day, I guarantee you, JT Cage has been on a very rigorous training schedule, a very strict diet. So by the time this match happens, when it happens, it's going to happen. But when it happens, the strap match with the Wolfman, JT is going to be 100% ready. And I'm super confident that I won't have to spend 5 minutes alone with the Wolfman.
But what if you have to, original hat guy? JT wasn't around when we saw Cujo the Hellhound versus the Wolfman win the strap match. The blood pouring down his face back in good old Zerns. You were.
I remember those.
You were there.
Of course.
What is that in the back of your mind at all?
Yeah, a little bit, but we didn't. I didn't have to spend 5 minutes with the Wolfman after those matches. So I mean, I had a lot of confidence in Cujo. But like I said, I've been watching JT training, eating a proper nutritious diet. He is so set and so ready that when this match happens, and like I said before, when this match happens, Wolfman will be totally defeated.
Now, what happened to my birthday, you know, like we were talking about amongst the COVID-19 stuff and the shutdown and stuff. So obviously it's a very somber birthday in itself, you know, and he kind of came over and pretty much called me a jobber and all this other stuff. And as you know, I'm a bit of a hothead, you know, and that's kind of what got us in this predicament in the first place. Wolfman challenged me to an Indian strap match. I didn't want to do the match because I do know his history. I have YouTube. Anyone can go on YouTube and Google Wolfman strap matches or anything like that, WWWA, and you'll see the brutality of them. I understand it's a very brutal match. I didn't want to have to go through it, you know. But he forced my hand into it. Dino told me like, "Oh, you have to." He actually said yes for me, and we came out and like, "No, we're not doing this." So finally, I was like, "Look, if you want me to do this match, Wolfman, you always like to brag about how you're the one that got me into WWA, which is half true. You know, it is half true. He's the one that brought me to Dino, and Dino gave me a tryout, and that's how I became part of WWA, from going from a fan to a wrestler. But I told him he has to put his career on the line. You know, how long? 40 years or whatever, how long he's been wrestling since Jesus Christ and Noah's Ark. But I was like, yeah, go ahead and put your career on the line. He takes this strap, okay, and this is the part he's not understanding. He takes this strap and hits me right in the nether regions. You know, I don't know how, you know, like right there with the strap, and then says, "Well, I want 5 minutes alone with the hat guy if I win, if Wolfman wins." Me being the hothead I am, said, "Yeah, I accept." Like, you know, you just hit me in the nuts. Like, yeah, I accept. And he kind of flipped out and got all mad at me and stuff, but not understanding the position I was in. You know, so that caused the tension between him and I, which we're still working on. You know.
Well, don't you
He's
guys
coming
remember?
around, though. He's coming around.
Okay, well that's good. But don't you guys remember a certain Quakertown show when you started going through the audience backstage and going towards the Bullet and myself? A certain Wolfman ended up showing up and having our back.
Yeah, he did. I remember that. Wolfman tried to protect you guys. He punched me in the mouth, and we ended up scuffling on top of a table in front of everyone, and you know that's how that went down. So Wolfman and I, we do have a bit of a history. You know, like I said, from going from being a fan that used to attend the Zern shows and everything else, to Wolfman bringing me to Dino, and basically say, "Hey, give this kid a shot." And I've been there ever since. I haven't missed a show since February last year is when I started with WWA officially. So Wolfman's pretty much been a part. That's my launch.
All these promotions are calling you already, just trying to get you to come in, man.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, Wolfman's pretty much been a part of my career. There was one time I helped him out against the AEC. First time I ever was in a main event for WWA. I was a tag partner with him, you know. It just seemed like he got, I guess, pissed off that when I joined him back in August, and ever since then he's not been the what he called a mentor towards me or anything like that. I mean, he's been my mentor, you know, and I guess maybe Wolfman's jealous of that. I don't know. He sticks his nose where it doesn't belong, calls me out and slams me on top of ladders and everything else, protects you guys, you know, so I didn't damage you. So, I mean, that's good on your behalf that you didn't get hurt, because I was coming for you. I was coming for you and the Bullet, you know, but, you know, between him stopping me, which, you know, and Wolfman then protecting you later on that night and everything else. So it's been a long time coming between him and I, you know, and someone's got to go. It ain't going to be him, though. He's not going to have 5 minutes to handle a hat guy. He's not going to get his hands on it. I told you that.
Well, here's another thing. For a brief time, I did manage the Wolfman while he was the hardcore champion, thinking that I could change him, make him even more meaner, more ferocious. But no, what's he do? He loves and adores the fans. And RC, you know how I am with the fans. I have no regards for the fans whatsoever. They do nothing for me.
That's why I don't understand why you would manage a Slayer, who is a fan favorite. I see the tension with that too.
All right, I can explain that. Now, Slayer, you look at Slayer. He's a vicious, mental savage. He doesn't know what he's doing out there. Well, he knows what he's doing out there, but he doesn't realize the difference between I don't know, right and wrong in my eyes. He doesn't. The reason I'm with Slayer is because he's a winner. The bottom line, he is a vicious. And a lot of people don't know that he's been in and out of mental facilities all his life. You know, his way of therapy is to be in that squared circle. He's attacked me on several occasions, not realizing what he's doing. So, the reason I'm still with Slayer, and I know the fans love him, and I really don't like it, I'll admit that, but I deal with it because he just doesn't know any better. And he's a winner. That's my relationship with Slayer. A lot of people have the nerve to say that I abuse him, don't give him a fair share of the stick and all that. No, that's not true. I'm very fair with Slayer.
Now, differences aside, Hack Guy, original Hack Guy, you manage champions. I've seen that for the past 12 years I've known you. So I got to give you a ton of credit for that.
Thank you very much. Yes, I have managed champions.
Now, you guys both started off as fans before you got into professional wrestling. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I was a fan. As far as WWWA goes, I was a fan of WWWA for a few years, and before deciding that I wanted to resume my wrestling career, I actually started wrestling and training about 6 or 7 years ago down in Philly for CCW actually, and I had a couple of injuries. I had hernia surgery that put me out for a while, and I had a couple other things going on in my life that I couldn't resume. So I just, for years, I just was like, all right, I'm always going to, wrestling's always a part of my heart. It's always, even before I was born, my parents, my grandparents, everyone, like, always been invested in professional wrestling. So I was like, I'll just be happy just to be a fan, and time went on, the hunger strikes, and you're just like, I'm going to these WWA shows. They're close, they're like right in my backyard pretty much. I'm going up to Zern's, and then I went to a few Quakertown shows. And then when Zern's closed, I was at the Coventry Mall actually, just, buying some things, and I seen the flyer like, oh, they moved to the mall. And me and a buddy of mine went to the show, and the next thing you know, the next day, he's like, why don't you try to see if you can get a shot with them and stuff. And sent an email to Dino, and Dino's like, yeah, meet me in Quakertown. We'll have a conversation. I show up in Quakertown that next show in February, and Wolfman, that's when I seen Wolfman outside, and he goes, oh, I'll bring you to Dino, and brings me to Dino and introduces me to him. He goes, and Dino just looks at me and goes, are you ready? I'm like, for what? Yeah, you're going to be in the opening match. I'm like, what? Okay. So I ended up having my tryout match right then there on the spot, and I've been a part of it ever since. I'm very blessed and very happy to be a part of it. I know me and Dino don't see eye to eye these days on a lot of things, but I will always have, in that respect, he did give me a shot to live my dream that I love, is professional wrestling. So yeah, I started as a fan, and here I am now as a professional wrestler in front of you.
So how long before you stopped training till Dino threw you right into the ring?
How long did I stop training?
Yeah, like, were you training that whole entire time when Dino said you're on tonight, or?
No, basically, I did that tryout match, and as soon as I got done with that tryout match, the next day I found out about in Blandon, there's a training facility called The Dungeon with Mark Mess, Troy Mess, the Mess brothers. A few of us trained there. You got Dennis Reaper, Izzy McCoy. A few of the wrestlers do train there, and they accepted me in, and we've been together ever since. Actually, I'm going to resume more training and getting, so like I said, getting in the best shape of my life and everything, with dealing with the personal things that I got going on. I got the okay to start training again, so that's actually going to be starting back up next week. So okay. I'm excited about that.
Now, you original Hack Guy, people know you from a long, long time ago, man, back in the front row. Did you just have that in your blood, and did you know that this was for you?
Yeah, I've been around the block. If that's what you're trying to get at. I think, not only JT and I, but anybody that becomes a professional wrestler, manager, valet, whatever, everyone starts out as a fan. You got to be a fan of the sport to compete in it.
Right.
And yes, I was a fan for many, many years. You know, the WWF first, actually, the Spectrum Wrestling shows on Prism. Me and my brother had front row seats for like almost 5 years.
Did they ever reach out to you?
No, I've
Wow.
never been.
That's
I've talked to a lot of the guys, and but I've never. No, nobody's ever reached out to me. And then when did the independent thing, watched a bunch of those over the years, and then ECW came. ECW came along, and that was like magic. I'll admit, I was one of the most recognized fans in the world at one point. I mean, just by sitting in the front row at the ECW arena. And hey, in a way, I was spoiled, and it was great. The guys were great, and and when after it folded, if it wouldn't have folded, maybe I wouldn't have never became a manager. If it was still a regional promotion and they were still down there every month, at the ECW arena, I'd still be there. So I mean, I wish they were still there, but as fate has it, they folded, and now I'm doing this. And some of the best moments of my life were in that ECW arena. You can guarantee that. And
so the WWE version of ECW One Night Stand. You weren't there, right?
No, I was.
You were.
I don't think
Now, okay. Now, when Paul Heyman looked at those fans that were always there and said, "You were one of the craziest guys I ever met in my life," if you were there, what would he have said to you? If he saw you in the crowd?
he probably would have just hugged me and said, and thanks for coming. Something similar to that,
Okay.
That's probably what he would have said.
But JT, you remember, right, when he was in the middle of the ring, Paul Heyman doing that promo, and he said, "You guys are some of the craziest bastards I ever met."
Yeah,
I
I
love
was
each and every one of you.
Yep, Hammerstein Ballroom. I was there live for that, man. That was a magical night, man. I'll tell you what, because I too am a huge ECW fan. I used to go down to the arena, here and there. My mom used to take me and my friends there and everything. Actually, we probably seen each other there before and didn't know each other, but One Night Stand was an amazing, amazing night. It was one I'll never forget. Just everyone getting back together and everything, and they put on the ECW show. It was great, and Paul Heyman did the speech in the ring and everything, and it was, tears in your eyes kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a good deal for doing that. And then fast forward a few years later, I ended up training at the ECW arena, and that used to blow my mind.
Yeah, I can't even imagine, but 11 years ago, Original Hat Guy, you and I, Allentown, PA, Merchant Square Mall, for hardcore reunion, man.
Got a guy right here, right over here. I want you to get a shot of that guy. That's a ECW man right there. He went to every ECW match there was. We were tight, and that's no BS. We were tight, and we had a bond.
That was a lot of fun.
I'll never forget Terry Funk coming up to you, looking at the back of your ECW shirt, and you reminding him about the matches and seeing his face, looking at the back of all those pay-per-views, and you guys sharing that moment. Best moment I've ever been with Damage, in my opinion, watching someone else.
Yeah, that was, I reached out to Terry not too long ago, and talked to him a little bit, and we talked about, different things. And he had very fond memories of ECW and especially Philadelphia. He loved coming up there.
Right. So, how are you guys surviving right now without professional wrestling? You both are still working, correct? Right?
Yep, I'm working from home. Like pretty much what you see is my office. Just pretty much a makeshift stay-at-home office working here, and so I don't get out too much. There's not much to get out to. You know what I mean? I'm pretty much spend a lot of time here, or exactly where I'm sitting. Other than that, like I said, just trying to stay mentally, focused on wrestling coming back. I watch a ton of wrestling. I've watched hours upon hours. Sometimes while I'm working, I'll have the TV facing me, and I got the WWE Network on, or I'm on YouTube, and I'm looking up matches. I'm looking at some of even my own matches, like what could I have done better? What could have been better? And just always constantly, wrestling's always on my mind. It never leaves. So even with wrestling not being able to physically do it, I'm still mentally preparing myself for the comeback. And it's going to be a different occasion people see before.
Now, are you your biggest critic?
Yes, oh yeah, I'm very hard on myself about, like as far as if I make a mistake in the ring or if I, you know, I do get down on myself about it. Not too hard. It's more of like a learning experience. It's like, okay, this is what I'm going to do to defeat this person next time.
There won't be any mistakes when it comes to the Wolfman, though.
You hope so.
Hope.
Trust.
RC, let me say this one more time, and I want you to look up real close. There will be no mistakes against the Wolfman once this coronavirus bullshit is over. Once we get back into the swing of things, Wolfman, your days are numbered, courtesy of JT Cage.
Yeah, man, I've been watching a ton of Wolfman matches. Actually, you can't see it right now. I got WWWA on in the background right now. I was watching it before we started this interview. You know what I mean? It motivates me. I watched tons, and that Wolfman match you were talking about, I watched that a couple of times. That's what happened to that guy ain't gonna happen to me. I'm prepared to go into this match with everything I got. If it's going to be a new JTK, this will be the debut of that when we get back into the swing of things. That the 40th anniversary show is going to be the first show back once the PA Athletic Commission gives the clear that we can go again. We're there. It's the 40th anniversary show, and it's me versus Wolfman, career versus that guy. And I got a lot on the line. I can't let nothing happen to him. That's my mentor. That's my manager, and he's also one of my best friends. I will not let anything happen to him. I got us in this predicament. I'm going to get us out of it. So obviously with everything, this new mental clarity I got, this new physical, everything that's going on with me, it's going to all, and sitting here in quarantine, just festering and brooding pretty much. Trust me, when they take the tickets that day and they open the doors and my entrance plays and I come through that thing, I'm coming for war.
Will it be at Pottstown or Quakertown?
I don't know yet.
Well, at least it's not at Zerns. You don't got to worry about the tile falling down or like the corn dogs falling off of the ceiling. So you won't have any distractions as far as that goes.
And my feet
We've seen our fair share of that, right, original Hecka?
My feet have hit those the ceiling tiles at Zerns before.
How's
Not
that?
a picture, I'll tell you that.
I bet.
Days.
I bet. Now, how are you surviving with all this without professional wrestling?
I'm trying to deal with it. I come over to JT's every now and then. We get together and we watch some tapes and watch Raw and SmackDown and some, of course, WWWA tapes of us in action and other people. So we're always JT more than me, but we're always keeping in touch with the current pro wrestling scene. Yeah.
So once Wolfman retires, what does the future hold for Cage and the original Hawkeye?
I can answer this one too. After we defeat the Wolfman soundly, JT should be back in the championship picture. We want title matches.
Damn right.
I don't care who they are. I'm not even going to mention names. I'm not even mentioning names, any names. But we want title matches. We don't care who they are. We want title matches. This man deserves it. He's earned it. We're going to get it. If we defeat the Wolfman, there should be no reason why he doesn't get a title shot with one of the champions in WWWA.
I kind of agree with what you're saying. I do feel like we need a new heavyweight champion because Wyndham's been the champion since 1980.
And
Well,
feels
I
like-
got screwed twice. I fought Wyndham twice for that title. Well, first time I'm even mentioning that brat's name, but you know I'm talking about Ryan with Nancy. He cost me that match at Coventry Mall. Cost me the title. Comes out with his little title and distracts me, and then Wyndham beats me. Okay. Second time, that's where I'm going to rectify when I beat Wolfman. But Wolfman cost me that match. He was a special referee in that match, and then the quickest. Calm my blood pressure down. You know I got conditions. The quickest 3 count in wrestling history. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. 1, 2, 3. That's how he counted me out. And I'm going to take that out on him. I'm going to take that out on when things get back over. Watch. But yes, twice. Wyndham didn't beat me fair at all. And you know that.
I agree to that. One thing about Wyndham, I will admire him for one thing. He does find ways of keeping that title. And I love the way he does that, his dealings with the fans. I love the way he deals with the fans because I deal with the fans the exact same way. Because The fans in Triple WA, as far as I'm concerned, you know, I can give or take it. And I've taught JT Cage the same way. He has no regards for the fans. All we care about is winning. We're not there to please any wrestling fan. We're there to win matches and take home the money.
And you two sit down, you old drunken bum, you!
So then after JT Cage, after you guys take over Triple WA, where to next? Any promotion in particular you guys want to go to? Because it's blossoming right now.
Well, we never gave it any thought. But hey, we're always out there. We're always looking for offers.
They know where to find us.
But right now, Triple WA is where it's at for us, and that's where we're going to stay.
Okay.
Unless we suspended or fired or something.
Well, that has happened too. I'm used to. Hey, I've been in this business for 18, almost 20 years as a manager, and I've been suspended, fired, thrown out, beat up, everything. Name called, things thrown at me by ignorant wrestling fans.
Radio hosts talking crap, you know, like that.
Yeah, radio hosts harassing us.
Acting like they don't know your name. Harassing. Happen to be a Harley Davidson.
Forgets to call me original hat guy and not just hat guy. You know, things like that, RC.
Threatened me with a mafia, getting his back eating chips. Don't think I forgot about any of that.
Don't you think it's kind of ironic that the Wolfman came to save me when you guys came through the crowd?
Oh, I figured you probably hired him. You know, and that's fine. I'm still here. I'm still here. Oh, you're gonna call him?
Well, let's put it this way. Nobody's going to be able to save the Wolfman once JT Cage gets his hands on him.
Listen, I respect everything you guys do in that ring. That's why I will not go and say I'm a professional wrestler. However, I've been around, and Original Hat Guy knows this. Started from the bottom, and I worked my way up doing it my way, not selling out. And you haven't sold out either, Original Hat Guy, so I give you credit for that.
Thank you.
I cannot get in that ring, but I know people. I have contacts. Wolfman. We'll see you guys on the 40th anniversary show.
Yeah, but you probably got him retired now. So, I mean, you're going to have to wear that burden that you put him in the situation that he's going to now retire. And then maybe he can co-host with you and the Bullet. You know, give him a job. He's going to need one.
The Bullet, who? Bob Armstrong?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. So give him a job. Get him an application for a completely damaged radio.
Well, he already has that other show going on with whatever that in SWO, whatever that is.
Oh.
I managed there for about 7-8 years, and I'm not there anymore. I might come back someday. You never know.
Well, you never know. When this whole thing's over with, all bets are off.
I might have to. Me and JT might have to come down to SWO and have a conversation with the Wolfman.
Yeah. Why not?
You never know.
Well, all differences aside, I wish you guys the best of luck. Stay safe, stay healthy with this COVID stuff going on.
Oh, and I want to add one more thing. When we were talking earlier about how I want to give a little special plug to the IWA in Boyertown. I worked there that's where I really first started ring announcing, and later became a manager, and WPW out of Reading. Worked for Pinky, the promoter, Pinky the Flamingo Kid. He was the promoter of that organization. I worked there for many, many years as well. My heart is with Triple WA as well as JT Cage, and There's going to be no stopping us after we defeat the Wolfman.
Well, original hat guy, JT Cage, you've just been completely damaged. Thank you for your time, guys.
You're welcome.
The pleasure was yours. You know that.
And you know that. Okay. All right.
Yeah. And go to bed. Is it past your bedtime? What time is it? It's past your bedtime.
Yeah.
Hey, the kids are already in bed.
Yeah. How's the
No,
neck?
you're
How's
talking
the
to me.
neck? Neck all right there, buddy?
Complete